Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. Mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. All right, it's Poetry Day, Whispers of Love by Rumi. Love whispers in my ear, better to be a prey than a hunter. Make yourself my fool. Stop trying to be the sun and become a speck. Dwell at my door and be homeless. Don't pretend to be a candle. Be a moth, so you may taste the savor of life and know the power hidden in serving. Son of Man came to serve, not to be served. All right, so let's begin with the disappointing affirmations for my friend Vinny out there in Connecticut, driving school buses and keeping kids safe. Here's your disappointing affirmation for you. Stop overthinking. You're the only one who cares. All right. Journal writers, elevators of the conversation, and people who speak to me directly. My question today is the archetype of the sacrificer. How does that work in you? The martyr, the one who gives up something for a cause. What sacrifices have you made that have been good, transformative, and what sacrifices have you made that have been harmful and self-maiming? Was it worth it? And in what situations do sacrifices seem warranted? Such a facere, how do you make it sacred? Let me know and I'll share with you if you pong it back to me. All right, just like my teacher, BK Iyengar, circumstances, not my own zeal, propelled me into yoga when I hurt my back. And when I started to just do a few poses in yoga, I didn't really get the grip on the art of yoga, and certainly not the art of teaching yoga. But I did understand right away, what's the use of reading books if you don't have the direct experience? And even at the beginning, my effort was, I can't say just half-hearted, but it was immature because I didn't spend a lot of time doing it. And though the revolution that turned out to be the lifestyle that yoga brought to me didn't happen or happened slowly over decades, there were benefits all along the way. So begin and continue, my friends. That's what I have to tell you. And one of my teachers, Hilda Charton, taught me what she called mental prize fighting, how to jog away from negativity and not let yourself get hit by it. Because her idea was nothing in life is worthwhile if it pushes you away from the spirit. And so I learned to ask myself, does this rob me of my peace? And if it does, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to abide with that. I'm not going to hang out with those kind of people or those situations to the extent that I can. That's how I learned to stand firm in spirit. Now, my male mentors taught me that if you want to get something done, but you have no firepower, it ain't going to happen. At the beginning, it may seem more than you can do. You got to apply yourself. You got to do reps. And you also have to find a balance between the part of you that thinks erotic love makes the world go around and realize, yes, love is essential. No one feels whole without it, but it needs to be supported by other things, like personal power. So if you want to become a ritual healer, you have to detach yourself from some of those things that absorb so many people's energy and then doesn't help them develop clout in their life. So one thing is to learn, as the shamans would say, be a master of ecstasy, static condition, ecstasis, away from the fixed and static condition. You got to break away, break out, break through. And one of the things they teach you, just like in yoga, is called embryonic breathing, breathing so slowly, so silently, that you resemble an animal in hibernation. And we know that when your breath rhythm goes down below a certain number per minute, you shift your brainwaves. So you get access to a different kind of spontaneity in your life. And that's how you embody the kind of fullness of a person who's living in harmony with their environment. And that's the only way, if it's possible, to have happiness, joy, and appreciation. No matter what, well, you got to get away from the way that we're stamped and for so many people stuck in the impasse of thinking that what the Uber culture is showing you is all there is. And we know it's not. So remember, think positively. Emmett Fox, one of my affirmation masters, reminds me that any idea conveyed to the subconscious with faith, repetition, and expectancy tends to will out. It's as if whatever you claim to be true, your subconscious mind will accept it and bring it into your experience. As soon as your subconscious mind accepts an idea, it proceeds to bring it into experience. So use your conscious intellect to choose to reason, because your subconscious mind is not going to argue with you controversially. Can't take a joke, has no sense of irony, takes you at your word. It's as if you have an inner genie saying to you, your wish is my command. Be careful what you're wishing. Because that mind is like a soil that will accept both good and bad seeds. And they'll come forth into outer experience, which corresponds to the previous seed or thought. So create an environment where you and others can flourish. Tell yourself and others, till you're convinced you have talent and you have autonomy, you can do the job, and feel blessed because of that. Have a great day.